in downtown Jacksonville. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Once again, it's Mitchell, and he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Jackson now. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Joshua Hines-Allen
just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. Rolling to his right.
The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there.
Fielded at the 20.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now it's Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught. Kelsey, left side. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In motion right is Thomas.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Now Thomas will come in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Forced out to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
First down, here's Mitchell. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Another run with Mitchell.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Isaiah Likely.
34 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Jaguars are once again back in front.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got a man, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
82 yards.
and the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, now Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Sheds off the tackle. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Britton Strange
Punching it in from a yard away.
and the Jaguars are back within a score.
Rodgers will throw for it. Complete at the 1.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On second down now,
Moulton, and he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
they'll keep it on the ground.
Moulton,
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson.
he's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
They run over center with Mitchell.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Crossing route, he finds Likely.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluwakan.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here comes 2nd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Finding Kelsey.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Rodgers to throw.
That swung out to Mostert. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Now Rodgers.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 40. To throw is Rodgers. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a two-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
One more hurdle here. They need the two-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. They'll try and run it in. And he's going to get into the end zone. The two-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's 2nd down. Throwing, Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Work to do here with a crowd at fever pitch. 3rd and 9. Now Jackson.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And he is out of bounds. 25 seconds to go as he does pick up a first.
That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Jackson.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Jackson. Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson to throw. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to advance to the divisional round. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And that changes everything here in OT. Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs. Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on second down here.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A nice start for them here to overtime. And maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
On play action, Rodgers flushed out right. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. That is just a gigantic interception here in overtime of this playoff game. And now, Charles, all they need is 3 to win it.
That's exactly right, because now one possession, one field goal gets it done. They forced a lot of big turnovers in the regular season, Brandon, but none come bigger than that one right there here in the playoffs. They've got a chance to put this one away.
So the next score wins here in the playoffs, and we will go as long as need be as they work here on second down. Right back to Mitchell here.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A give here to Mitchell.
Escapes the defender. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage game here is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs.
So the turnover
Sequence there and a nice